welcome to 5 Minutes, your fast track to smarter insurance technology and stronger leadership. In the next 5 minutes, we're going to show you a better way to lead, scale, and innovate without the chaos. Let's get into it. Talk to me a little about the journey at your firm and your approach to engaging the business in that conversation, because you got to do it with them, right? And you can't do it kind of just off on the side.
Yeah. So let me give you a background about Copper Point. We started as a single state, single line of business company 100 years ago, but we actually started our journey of transformation back in 2023. Okay. And the transformation that we did was, moving our products to the Guidewire platform. Then back in 2023, we moved to cloud. But the transformation that we were doing were big bang transformations. Like these transformation programs lasted for 1 years, 2 years, and sometimes even 3 years, right? So having such big transformation programs, has a lot of challenges in the current ecosystem, right? Sure. When the AI and the innovation is happening rapidly, if you have such massive transformation projects, it's going to kind of slow you down, and it can also lead to failures as well, right?
Yeah,
because and your requirements can go stale after 2 years. You never know that, right? So things have changed over time, and now we're not focusing on large transformation. Now what we want to, communicate to our business is to make incremental improvements. An example of that, what I would like to give is, we have a 20-year-old house, which is an analogy of our platform, which has been there since last 10 years. Sure. You don't just replace the whole platform and build new solutions that can work with AI. Right. What you do is you build stuff incrementally. Take small things at a time within your house and re-innovate them. And suddenly, after a few years, you have like a new house, new experience, a very modern experience.
Absolutely.
So that is the value that we want to communicate to our business folks.
Yep.
That incremental changes, rather than having big, from an enterprise architecture angle, rather than having big capex projects.
Yep.
Have some incremental projects that can bring massive value. And we need to ask business users, what is your bottleneck?
Yeah.
Give me a bottleneck, list down all those bottlenecks, target them first, right?
Yep.
Rather than solving for replacing the entire system. Right? So that has been our strategy, right? And to the CFOs, in terms of pricing, we want to be very transparent upon what services we are using in cloud, right? As we have migrated to cloud, right?
Yeah. So runaway costs.
Yeah. The way we are doing that is we have listed down all the services that we are using within the cloud infrastructure, the partners that we are working with, and the way we are communicating it to our CFO and executive leadership is what is the value we are getting per product, per partner, per service within the cloud ecosystem, right? And that is how you're going to get a business buy-in to kind of make incremental changes rather than making big bang changes.
I love that. Same with the house analogy, though, Sid. How do you protect against a very excited partner in the business that is looking to just bring too many things in at once, and you're trying to maintain some sense of architecture around that? Because I see a number of my clients and some others that have very, very well-intentioned, innovative people in the business.
Right.
The floor here is littered with democratized technology that can be implemented instantly. Right. How do you prevent the sprawl but still not limit the business flexibility and value you're trying to bring?
I think the key here is to work with partners who have a good API-led architecture strategy. Okay. Right? If they have a good API-led architecture strategy, it's easier for us to build APIs and plug and play, right?
Yeah.
And if we see and monitor it, and if it goes well, we stick with it. And if it does not go well, it's easy to kind of remove the plug, right?
Yep.
So our main focus is whether you have a good API-led architecture that you can integrate with us, right?
Yep.
The second step is, with collaborating with partners is what we want to focus on is whether you have good compliance measures, right?
Yes.
You don't really need to be SOC 2 or ISO from day one. You are a startup. We understand that as a carrier, right?
Sure.
But at least are you thinking in terms of design, whether you're compliant, right? Whether you're taking all the security steps, whether your credentials are secure? The data that we are sending you, the PII data, are you storing it? And what is your storage criteria? What is your archival criteria?
Yep.
All of the questions are something that we ask the partners that we integrate with.
Thank you for joining this episode of 5 Minutes. If you've enjoyed our discussion, we'd love for you to share it with anyone else you think might find it interesting. Also, please subscribe on whatever podcast platform you're listening on and hit that bell to stay on top of the game with our practical 5-minute episodes. We look forward to seeing you again next week.